Hey guys, it's me, Yaya Diamond. What's up? I'm so very excited to be here today. I have an author on the show. You guys know I love authors. Oh my gosh, this is just a wonderful thing. Please don't forget to like and comment. If you have a question for the author that's being presented today, please, please, please. They love answering questions, and I love sending questions to them. I want to thank you guys again so much for tuning in. Our author today is going to be Isaiah, and I am so very excited to have him on the show. Life in an instant moments. And I want to ask, first of all, thank you so much for joining us. And I have a question. What about that title? How did you get such a title for this book?
Well, good evening. My name is Isaiah. Um, the title for the book came at a moment when I really wasn't expected to take place. It happened that I had already did the manuscript, but I didn't have the title for the manuscript. So what
Mm,
I decided to do was take it before the Lord, and I said, what title do I need for this book? Because I want to be something that grasps people's attention,
mm-hmm.
but also it'll be something that people will remember and be able to kind of get a general idea of the feel of the book just by
Right.
the title.
Mm-hmm.
Because anything that has say life is very important to take note of it, to take
Mm-hmm.
heed. But that title came to me. Actually, it came to me. I say in a dream because I was asleep,
Mm-hmm.
and this is after I had written the manuscript. And like I said, I prayed about it and I started, what title should I come up with in reference to the book? And immediately from a dream, it's just the title just jump in my spirit and say, Life in an Instant Moment. And immediately I just woke up and I'm like, wow.
Mm.
So that's what I decided to name the book, Life in an Instant Moments. Because we
Wow.
all have moments in our lives.
Mm-hmm.
It's what we do with those moments that we have in our lives as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, definitely, definitely. I agree with you. I definitely agree with you. Wow, wow. So I had to ask you. I jumped right in. So thank you so much for answering that question. I have to find out. What do you want people to get when they read this book?
Kind of self evaluation.
Mm-hmm.
And when you do a self evaluation of yourself, you kind of get a general idea of where you at in life, what matters to you the most, what is very important to you in the way you go through life, and
Mm-hmm.
how you treat others as well.
Yeah.
So I want people to get a self evaluation whenever they read the book
Mm-hmm.
and take it and apply it as well. Don't just read it. I want them to do a self evaluation from it as well. And I'm not trying to change no one, but I just want someone to look at it from a different perspective of what is important in life.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That is awesome. So where does your inspiration come from?
Um, I think it's a gift from God, and what I mean by that is, um, many years ago, probably about 25 years ago, that I pray asked God to give me a poem to write for this special someone that I want to give to her. And so he gave me the poem. But the thing about it was, I did not know that in the process of giving me that poem, it gonna be numerous of poems coming afterwards.
Mm.
And I think that will kind of direct me to the point to do the life in an instant moment because I had a lot of moments in my life that I was dealing with a lot of things. I
Mm-hmm.
have gone through a lot of things and dealing with job situation and dealing with broken relationship and so forth. So I'm saying why I'm going through all of this. I mean, what purpose is it going to serve me and everything?
Yeah.
And believe it or not, I think the book kind of explains it in a nutshell, or things that we go through in life,
Mm.
and how do we take that and we glean from it, we grow in the process of gleaming from it, to be a better person in society as well.
Hmm. Wow. Wow. I absolutely love the cover of this book. Were there any challenges that you had while you were writing this book? I mean, this seems to be one of those books that maybe you really had to dig deep to actually pull through and get.
Well, in reference to the cover, I thank you very much for liking the cover because I designed it,
Oh,
and
nice.
I truly believe that that says a lot about who I am as a person because I'm a person of faith for starters, and the thing is, when you are a person of faith, is a lot of things gonna come into your little circle, so to speak. Sometimes things that you don't want to be a part of your circle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the most important thing about it and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
And the challenges, did you have any?
yes, I had a lot of challenges. Actually, believe it or not, one of the challenges I had written the manuscript, and I kind of got frustrated with it, so I just like pushed it away into a locked drawer and just kind of left it. Didn't want to see it, didn't want to read it, didn't want to do nothing with it. Until one day, it's kind of like prepping in my spirit to go back and revisit that manuscript, and uh, and that's what I did.
Mm-hmm.
It's ironic because the publication took place. It was a lady, the Westboro Press, out of the blue. She calls me and she said, "You still want to publish your book?"
Oh.
And this been a I mean, I got in touch with them many years, years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And they still had my information. So they got back in touch with me again. And I said, well, I'll tell you what, let me see what you kind of package you have in reference to the publication part of it. And so they worked with me and I was able to get the publication done. And that's, that was the beauty of it, I think. Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Do you have a favorite book?
I would have to say the Bible.
No.
And the reason why I said that, the Bible has so many story within the pages of that book. It has a lot of story about love, a lot of story about poetry, a lot of story about army and enemies and so forth. So the Bible is very informative about teaching you how to deal with life, whether we want to accept it or not.
Mm-hmm.
But if I say that would probably be my favorite book. Now I do read a lot of other books as well,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of inspirational books, of course. But
Right.
I do sometimes read some action books. If it has they have a good story line behind it, I would read it. Special if it's kind of like uh, investigating kind of mystery, so to speak, and
Nice.
it's kind of like really keep you on edge, trying to see what's going to happen. So
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the things I like too. But I think my favorite one would have to be is a romance book, a romance
Oh,
novel, love stories and stuff like that. Uh, that's what one I would love to do as well.
nice. Will there be a second book though? I mean, tell me.
Well, actually, this whole manuscript, the first book is only about half of the manuscript. It's not the
Oh.
complete manuscript. So I'm critiquing the second phase of the manuscript as we speak. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be a little bit longer. It'll be consist of more in depth. Uh, it does have a love story in there. Is a little bit longer than usual. So it's a little more in depth. The way it kind of deal with in instant moments and everything. But
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's something that if I have to say, stay tuned. I think it'd be something that a lot of people curiosity is to
Mm-hmm.
stay tuned because that book I think it will reshaped or redesigned the way you see yourself.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is some people may see themselves as timid, don't want to step out in faith. But little do we know, we step out in faith daily.
Mm-hmm.
Think
Yep.
about when you inhale and you exhale. When you inhale, there's no guarantee that when you exhale, you can be still standing.
Right.
Even when you inhale, there's no guarantee that you're gonna have breath to exhale.
That's right.
So in a sense, you kind of walking in faith because you don't really see your next breath. You have faith enough that you're gonna inhale and exhale and still be alive and
Mm-hmm.
everything. So we do that a lot. We walk in faith.
Yeah.
Well, faith is a substance, a thing hopeful. If you have a hope, that's faith.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yes,
Would
indeed.
you? I mean, would you like? Okay, so like some people, they write a book and they never tell anyone. They don't say anything. They just write the book and it's over and it's done and it's out there, but they never say anything. Would you recommend this book to your family and your friends and anyone like your coworkers?
Yes, I have. Matter of fact, I have some family members. They have read it and they give me kudo about it and everything. And I even sold to I think a couple of pastors. Well, I gave to my bishop. I gave him one, but I also sold one to another pastor as well, or minister rather. And the thing is, I would highly recommend the book to anyone who care to read it because a lot of the things in that book is a lot of truth that I encountered. Now, there are some episodes in the book, the
Mm-hmm.
name been changed, the place has been changed, but it's still based on the true story.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the concept you probably would find in the book as well. But
Nice.
it's based on a true story as well.
Awesome.
But there are some personal things in it that I went through myself and everything.
Oh,
And
okay.
so I think it'd be very informative or encouraging, inspiring to the person who reads it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they look at sometimes when they're going through some difficult and challenging times, they can look back and say, wait a minute, if God brought Isaiah through this at his lowest, I believe he'll do the same for me.
That's
And
right.
and, and that's all what just have a mustard seed side faith.
Mm-hmm.
That's based on what it is. You have that little tiny little faith, size of a mustard seed.
Yeah.
And the amazing thing about mustard seed, when you plant it, it can grow to be a big plant and feed a lot of people.
Mm. Yes, it
Absolutely.
can. It can. You know, I wanted to ask you, what did it take, or what does it take to write a book of this magnitude? And not only that, I mean, like you have it in two sections. You didn't even finish like putting everything into the first one, and now you have a second. So tell me about this.
Well, from my perspective, here's the thing that I've learned on the journey of writing the book that I've written, because first of all, you have to have patience.
Oh, you have to have
That's the
patience.
first thing. And you have to have a faith enough that what the Lord has put in your spirit, that it's going to be a blessing to bless people.
Mm-hmm.
And when you have faith of that, like I say, the size of a mustard seed, I believe God going to allow for it to grow.
Mm-hmm.
and and the increase, for as I know, it comes from God. That's the only way the increase can take shape and form, because the book probably have been distributed in various entities around the world on a different platform, on the social media platform, because when that happens, people will look at it in a different perspective and see that, okay, this really has some merit behind it. I think it's worth reading and
Mm-hmm.
everything. But to be able to do the book to the degree where I'm at now, I truly believe it takes faith, and you gotta have discipline. And what I mean by that, there are times in this book I write, it was like 2 and 3 o'clock in the morning.
Oh.
And a lot of poetry I write out in the book, it comes at time that I'm sound asleep.
Mm.
Yeah, quickly I'm awakened from my sleep, and this come to my mind, and it's almost like verbatim. I get up and just start writing, and I just write until I don't have no more to give.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know that about yourself that God is using you in a magnificent way and in a special way at that. Because some of the poetry that I put in the book is talks about society, where we're at today,
Mhm.
how people don't seem to want to love, so people don't seem to care, um, and it speaks of relationships,
Right.
and that's some of the things that is I think a great part of anybody's life. You're gonna have some kind of relationship, whether it be a family relationship, sibling relationship, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It's gonna be some sort of relationship you're gonna have in life, and the greater part about it, I say, you have to love what you are doing,
Yeah,
because
you
if you don't love what you are doing,
forget it.
it's people gonna see it in your writing. Because I think when people see the compassion of it in my writing, I think they know that I love what I'm doing and
Right.
everything.
Mhm.
Because that's what it's about. When God has gifted you with something, it's not for you to take and put it up on the bush,
Hmm.
up on the mattress or something. It is for you to take it and bless other people with it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of hurting people is going through some things nowadays. And they're dealing with a lot of issues.
Yeah. They are. Yes, they are. Wow, wow. Well, I mean, are there any emotional roller coasters that you had to go through while you were writing this book as well? I mean, I can just fathom waking up at 2 o'clock in the morning, having the idea, and like waking up like I mean, from a dead sleep all the way just to writing. I mean, that's got to be emotional because I don't know if I could do that
Well,
all the time. Come on.
that part, and this has happened to me. Uh, when I spoke of being disciplined,
Mm-hmm.
that is a crucial part of it. Because if you don't discipline yourself when God gives you something to write, and you don't be humble and obedient enough to get up and write it, you'll lose it.
Mm-hmm. You
And
will.
one key point I would like to point out is, imagine this: is a cold, wintry night. The temperature outside is 10 degrees below zero. There's snow on the roof, snow in the driveway, icicle hanging from the window or the gutter, and so forth. And now you are waking instant from your sleep to get up and write. What do?
You
Do you
fall back to
get
sleep.
up and write, or do you roll over and go back to sleep?
Oh my gosh.
So
Oh,
I,
that's
I, have, I have been there.
so
I've been there
cute.
because it gets cold in Ohio.
Oh,
It gets very cold,
oh.
so not below zero.
Mm,
But then
mm.
I have to humble myself and say, okay, Lord, you give me the right. I'm tired. I'm sleepy, but I'm gonna get up and write it, Lord.
Oh
And the
yeah.
amazing thing about it, when He give you one to write, there's another right behind that one. And so you say to
Mm,
yourself, you like, wow, I just was going to write that one and that's
that
it. But
one.
then he can speak to you on a different level. And I think you would find that in the book, because some of the things I've gone back and read myself. And I'm like, where was I when I wrote this? I mean, what level I was on? And I want people to feel that. I want people to get a general idea about this book. Is not so much of uh, what I'm saying, but I think what God is saying through me.
Mm,
Because I think at times you will notice that in the writing as well, that what I wrote,
mm.
you probably like, wow, that don't sound like you. But then that's the power of Almighty God. He's able to use you as a vessel and to take you to a level, and you probably be in awe about it, and
Oh
people
yeah.
probably be in awe and everything.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow.
Just for the highlight part of the book,
Mm-hmm.
there's a story I share in the book, and I'm not going to try to explain the whole story. I'm going to touch some base on some of it. That was a story in the book that I had taken a trip to Atlanta, Georgia, in my car, which was practically a brand new car, didn't have 70 miles on it, and I drove it. And when I drove there, to get off the exit of I-20. My car just died at the red light.
Mm.
Wouldn't start back up or nothing. And the amazing thing about it was I tried to start it, wouldn't start it.
Oh my goodness.
And this story is in the book. And it's a true story. And how God took that matter and he gets the glory because I'm sharing with a lot of people. And he gets the glory because in that story, God gave a mother of a sister from the church the confirmation from a dream that I already had the night before.
Mm. Mm.
And
Wow.
she told the sister from the church saying to tell me my car gonna be fixed up on the warranty.
Hey,
I only had like about 30-some thousand miles on it. I think around about 36, 30, maybe a little over 36,000 miles.
can't be bad.
And true enough, long story short, the car was fixed under warranty.
Mm. Wow. Wow. Well, I'm
And
glad. I'm glad that you have these stories in there.
huh?
I'm happy you have these stories in there.
Yes, and a lot of it's talks about things that I've been through and
Mm-hmm.
things that I've dealt with and everything, and how angels been watching over me, all my life really,
That's
and
wonderful.
that's one of the things about it that I appreciate it so because when God has a purpose for your life, when God has a calling on your life, and you want you to do something of great significance, then I believe when you humble yourself and say, Yes, Lord, I think the doors will start to open. And the
Mm-hmm.
amazing thing about it is when those doors open, no man can close those doors.
No,
It may be deterrence at times, but no man can really close those doors.
no. Wow. Well, Isaiah, I want to thank you so much for being on the show today. It's been
But
such a pleasure. You guys, we're going to have the link to that book in the description box below, Life in an Instant Moments. And that way you guys can go ahead and check that out for yourselves. Isaiah, thank you again
also,
so much.
also there's another, I think I put Westboro Press. Westboro Press has the book also on their website as well.
Oh, nice. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So it doesn't matter which link you guys get. As long as we have that information in the description box below, you guys can go ahead and access that easily. Thank you, Isaiah, so much. Thank
And
you.
thank you. Yeah. Yes, Yaya Diamond, right?
Yay, that's it.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate
Thank
it.
you. And thank you guys so much. And don't forget to dare to be different. Until next time, guys. Bye.
Don't forget to follow us on YouTuber and Instagram. Thank you for watching.